Hello, my dear student. Welcome again in my channel. Let's study with Madam Sir. Students, in our complete series of English grammar, today we are going to read a very important topic of English grammar, that is modals. What are modals? Verbs that express a certain mood or attitude of the speaker are called modals. Verb that express certain mood or attitude of the speaker are called modals. For example, student, can, may, must, will, would, etc. are modals. Students, a modal is a type of auxiliary verb. We all know that what is auxiliary verb? Helping verbs are also known as auxiliary verb. So, a modal is a type of auxiliary verb that is always followed by a main verb. It means here that after modal we will get what? We will get a main verb to make a complete sentence. Student, how many kinds of auxiliary verbs are? There are three kinds of auxiliary verb. Number 1, primary auxiliary. Number 2, modal auxiliary. And number 3, marginal auxiliary. So in this video, we are going to read some rules related to modal auxiliaries. First, we will read some important fact about auxiliary verb. Student, first, what is primary auxiliary verb? There are three types of primary auxiliary verb. The verb to be, to have and to do are called primary auxiliary. So what comes under to be? Is, are, am, was, were, been, been. They comes under to be. What comes under to have? Has, have, had, having. They come under to have. What comes under to do? Do, does, did. They comes under to do. So student, they are called primary auxiliary verbs. Now student, we are going to read here some important facts of auxiliary verbs. Now number 1. Number 1. Auxiliary verbs like am, is, are, has, have, do, does, etc. are also used as main verb in a sentence. For example, student, example number 1. I am an advocate. Here, what is am here? Am plays the role of main verb here because am is the form of what? Be. Just in the previous slide we have read that to be has different forms. What are the different forms? Is, are, am. Okay, so here am is what? Am plays the role of main verb here. I am an advocate. It means I be an advocate. But we can't write be here. What we can write? For I, we can write am. Now, second example, she is a good girl. Again, student, she is a good girl. Here is the form of be. So here also this is the main verb. She is a good girl. It means she be a good girl. But we can't write be here. For she pronoun, we can write here is. Now number 3, you have a watch. Here have means what? Possess. And here have is used as main verb. Because after that there is no main verb. And here have is what? Have means possess. So here have is main verb. I do my work. Do means here doing any work. So do is what here? Again main verb. So student, we have read here that auxiliary verb like am, is, are, has, have, do, does are also used as main verb in a sentence. Rule number second. Modal auxiliary verb are never used as main verb in a sentence. They are always used as helping verb. Student, we have read just now that primary auxiliary are used as main verb also, but modal auxiliary verb are never used as main verb in a sentence. They are always used as helping verb. For example, you can help me. Here can is helping verb and main verb is help. Second sentence, he will go there tomorrow. Here will is helping verb and go is main verb. Third sentence, she could pass the examination. Could is helping verb and pass is main verb. We must respect our elders. Must is used as helping verb and respect is main verb. So student, we get here that modal auxiliary verb never used as main verb. They always comes with main verb. Help is main verb. Go is main verb. Pass is main verb. Respect is main verb. And can, will, could, must, they are used as helping verb here. Number 3. Modal auxiliary verb have no different verb forms. They are always same with all number and person. Students, modal auxiliary verb have no different verb forms. For example, be has so many forms. Is, are, am. Has, have so many forms. Has, have, had. But modal auxiliary have no different form. They are always same with all number and person. For example, you can speak English. Here student, can is what? Can is second person, but here can is used. I is first person, even can is used. We is first person plural number, can is used. He third person singular number, can is used. They third person plural number, can is used. So student, it is clear here that modal auxiliary verb have no different form. They are always same with all number and person. With the help of these examples, we have got here student that they are always same with all number and person. Now, rule number 4. After modal auxiliary verb, the first form of main verb is used. Infinitive with to is not used. After modal auxiliary, the first form of main verb is used. No we, second form or third form, and no to. For example, I can go home. Here this is correct sentence because go is what? Go is V1. I can went. Went is V2. That's why this is incorrect sentence. I can to go. Here to go is written. That's why it is again incorrect sentence. It might be true. Correct sentence because B is what? V1. It might to be true. Here might M-I-G-H-T. It might to be true. It's wrong because to be is written here. So student, we have got here that after modal auxiliary verb, the first form of main verb is used. No without with to is used here. Now fact number 5. After ought to and used, after ought and used, infinitive to is used. Student, after ought and after ought and used, what we used? To, infinitive to. For example, we ought to help the poor. Here to is written. It is correct sentence. But if you write we ought help the poor, it is incorrect because to is not written after ought and it is necessary. She used to walk in the morning. She used to walk in the morning. Correct sentence because to is written here. She used walk in the morning. Incorrect sentence because there is no to after used. So student, we have got here that after ought and used there must be use of infinitive to. Now, fact number 6. Dare and need are used both as main verb and helping verb. Students, dare and need are marginal auxiliary verb and they are used as main verb and helping verb. For example, he dared me to get success. Here dared is what? Main verb because there is no any verb is used. He dared. So dared is what? Main verb. And dared is the V2 here also, verb second form. And we make second form, third form of which verb? Main verb only. Second sentence student, I dare not. Dare not. Here dare is what? Dare is helping verb. Because we use not with only helping verb. Now third sentence, he needs my help. Here needs is what? Main verb. And it is V5. Needs as is here used. That's why it is what? V5. And that's why it is main verb. Fourth sentence, he need not come here. Need not. Again not is used with need and that's why it is helping verb. Now student, modals are used to express different types of mood. For example, ability. For example, ability, possibility, permission, request, suggestion, necessity, compulsion, obligation, absence of necessity and wish. Now one by one we will read some modals and their use. Number 1, use of can. Now can is used where? Student, can is used to denote ability. For example, she can solve this exercise. Here, this sentence expresses what? Ability of the person. She can solve this exercise. It means she has the capacity, she has the ability to solve this exercise. Number 2, he cannot read and write French. It means that he has no ability to read and write. So first and second example express what? Express the ability of the person. Now, number 2, to express permission. Can is also used for express what? Permission. For example, you can leave this room now. You can leave this room now. So this is what? This is a permission that you can leave this room now. Its permission is given here. You cannot stand here. Here again it shows what? Permission that you cannot stand here now. You are not allowed to stand here. First sentence, you can leave this room now. It means you are allowed to leave this room now. So in first and second sentence it expresses permission. Now student, use of could. Could is the past form of can. Now how could is used? Number 1, to express polite request in the present tense. In the present. For example, in the present sense, in the present time, to express polite request. For example, could you tell me the way to the nearest hotel? Here, asking what? Here it expresses polite request that we are asking somebody that could you tell me the way to the nearest hotel? It express what? Polite request. Number 2, could you deliver this message to her? Again, first and the second example express polite request in the present tense. Now number 2, to express ability in the past. We have already know, student, that could is the past tense of can. So here, to express ability in the past. For example, he could run fast when he was young. When he was young, it indicates that in the past. In the past, he could run fast. Means in the past, he had the ability to run fast. So it indicates what? Past ability. My sister could speak English when she was only 4 years old. Only 4 years old. Again past, and that's why it is written my sister could speak. So student, we have got that could is used to express polite request and could is used to express ability in the past. Now next one, use of may. Student, where may is used to express possibility. May is used for express possibility. For example, and which possibility? Strong possibility. For example, it may rain today. It may rain today. It means that there is possibility of rain today. Second one, he may come today. It means that there is possibility of coming today. So he may come today. So both the sentence express what? Possibility. Second one, student, for seek permission. May is used. For example, may I come in, madam? So what is it? Permission is asking here. May I use your pen? So permission is asking. So to seek permission in formal way, we are using what? We are using may. Now some more rules of may, student. May is used to express purpose. For example, to express purpose here. For example, we eat so that we may live. So there is purpose of living here. We eat, and what the purpose of eating? To we may live. The student study. What is the purpose? So that they may succeed. So may express what? Purpose here. Now second one, next one is student, number D, to express blessings. For example, may you live long. Here may you live long. Here what? This is a type of blessing. An exclamation sign, exclamatory sentences is here. So in exclamatory sentences we use may for blessing. May God bless you. Again one more example is given here. So student, we have got that may expresses possibility, may expresses permission, may expresses purpose, and may expresses blessing. Now student, use of might. Now what is might here, student? Past form of may is might. For example, what is the rule of might? To express possibility in future. For example, the teacher said that she might not come to school the following day. The following day means coming day. So in future, if we want to express possibility, we can use what? Might. She might not come. So there is possibility in future. Number 2, to express permission in the past. Permission in the past. Permission in the present may, and permission in the past might. My mother said that I might go for a picnic. I might go for a picnic. So here the mother expresses the permission where? In the past. So student, we have got that might is used for express possibility in the future and express permission in the past. Now more examples of might. To express purpose in the present tense. In the present tense. For example, student, To express purpose in the present tense, he works hard so that he might pass. He works hard, and what is the purpose? So that he might pass. To express, but here the purpose and the situation is weak. Next one, to express future condition, we use might. For example, if you work hard, you might win a scholarship. Here there is a condition, future condition. If you work hard in present, you might win a scholarship in future. Okay? You work hard. If you work hard in present, you will get success or you will get a scholarship in future. So here student, we get here that might is used to express future condition. Now student, use of shall. Student, we all know that shall is used to express simple future, means future indefinite tense. In simple future tense or future indefinite tense, we are using what? Shall with I or we. So here, come on here. I shall finish this work tomorrow. Here, this express what? Simple future means future indefinite. I shall finish this work. Here it is indefinite. It is not definite. The time is not definite that when finish. Only it is written that I shall finish this work tomorrow. Tomorrow at which time? And it is not definite. Second one, we shall go to Amritsar during summer vacation. But it is not definite that we shall go or not. So student, we get here that shall is used with I or we to express simple future. Now second one, to express promise, determination, threat, command, shall is used with second and third person. With second and third person student. What is second person? You. And what is third person? He, she, it, any singular name or any singular thing, or they, or any plural name or any plural thing. So we can use shall with second or third person when we have to express promise, determination, threat or command. For example, you shall get a computer if you stand first in the class. You shall get a computer. Here what is it? Promise. You shall get a computer if you stand first in the class. So there is a promise. Second sentence student, he shall be punished for his rudeness. So this sentence expresses what? Threat. Now third sentence, all the students shall come to school in proper uniform. All the students shall come to school in proper uniform. This is what? It's a type of command. Now next one, they shall leave this hall at once. This is again a command. So student, we have got here that shall is used to express simple future and shall is used to express promise, determination, threat, command with second or third person. For example, you is second person, he is third person, all the student again third person plural number, they is third person plural number, and we have used here what? Shall. After the pronoun, after the subject, we have used what? Shall. So it is clear here student that shall is used to express simple future and to express promise, determination, threat and command with the second or third person. Student, in the next video I will come with other models and their use. So continue watching my videos. Thank you for watching this video student. If you like it, like my channel, subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you once again.